Which was your first outlet in India? Where was it?
Ahmedabad. I am locally from Ahmedabad. That couple was also, forget about giving a franchise in their city. I was sitting there asking them for a franchise for India.
Oh.
So this is how it started. This brand started in 2007 when I moved from Australia, got this chocolate room from Australia and started our first store in Ahmedabad. It took nearly 3 weeks to get it cleared. The team was here, the Australian team were here, the trainers were here, but we were not getting the product. That is the point when I felt whether this will open up or not, because 12 years of mine, in those 3 weeks, I forgot that I was in Australia because I saw the real picture here, that's what it is, and to get it cleared was a pain.
And how does the chocolate room position itself?
See, you mentioned two interesting names, Starbucks, Blue Tokais, Tim Hortons has just entered the market. These are mostly players into company-owned stores. So sky's the limit for them. They don't rely on any franchise to come. They are owned by big players of the country. They've entered into the market with a joint venture with a big player. We are a chocolate cafe. We are a bakery cafe or a retail cafe. We are not a Starbucks. We are not a Tim Hortons. We respect those brands. We learn from them. But we are different. You've just seen Tim Hortons has 8,000 stores.
What?
So imagine a local Canadian's heartbeat is Tim Hortons. So there have to be one thing that when you enter into a business, if you're not positive, if you don't have that passion inside you, it won't work at all. So whatever you are doing, wherever way you're doing, you need to go with the flow and go full throttle 100%. Otherwise it won't work.
We have Vikas Punjabi, the visionary founder of the Chocolate Room, a brand that has transformed India's cafe culture and expanded to over 400 outlets across 10 plus countries. In this episode, you will learn how to scale a franchisee business across multiple countries, overcome challenges in the food and beverages industry, and gain insights in diverse consumer preferences. Let's start the episode. Welcome, Vikas,
Thank you
on
very much.
the show Level Up. It's a very happy moment for me. Why? Because I'll tell you, we've me and my friends, we spent a lot of time at the Chocolate Room and really love the brand, and always was wondering who owns this, who's the owner, who's the founder, etc. And luckily, one of my brother-in-law, happens to be your franchisee owner in Kenya, and he connected me to you, of course, that we know, and it's really good fun to know that this brand is doing so well, and it is in existence since probably 12 to 15 years now, or maybe longer, and having you on the show, so great to have you. I'm going to start off with this conversation. It's going to be really exciting, really fun, right? Let's kickstart. So you've built a what we just called it as a lifestyle food or a lifestyle cafe brand, right? Called the Chocolate Room, and you've scaled it up to multiple countries, right? You're there in India, you're there in Australia, you're there in probably other total 12 countries, including India, right? How have you managed to build a multinational brand like this, a multinational lifestyle food brand?
See, initially, when we started, first of all, thank you very much for calling me in. I'll jump up back to my conversation now. When we started, initially, it was not more of a lifestyle sort of a thing. This brand started in 2007 when I moved from Australia, got this chocolate room from Australia and started our first store in Ahmedabad. So at that point of stage, it was just a chocolate cafe, and wherein you have hot chocolates, you have cold chocolates, you have coffees, you have desserts, and that's it. Yeah, that's what about it was. But at that point of stage, there were not too many cafes. There were coffee days and a couple of baristas around, so there were not too many brands. So people were looking for opportunities. So the moment we started that, we got a humongous response. People had not heard about too many hot chocolates. What was selling in the market was just Bonvitas or what do you say, dairy milk, sort of those powders mixed with milk and served as a hot chocolate. So we were serving original cacao cultivated beans, which we used to get from Italy.
Okay.
So that was something different what people had not seen in India. So yeah, from that point of stage, and our crockery, which was our plus selling point, because when it goes on the table, it's called a cuddle cup. Cuddle is like, when you hold it like this, it hasn't got any handles or anything at all. So you hold it and sip it. This is like in 1800 ADs when Italians who invented hot chocolate, who used to drink hot chocolate, to get the warmth of the cup, they used to have it like this. So that is what our cup design has come from. So that's what we call a cuddle cup. So once those things came on the table, customers were very excited, like how to hold it, what to do. At that point of stage, if it was social media was very active, we would have been in a different league altogether. But unfortunately, it just happened at a later stage. But that kept on building excitement with the new menus, with the new flavors. 12 flavors of hot chocolate, no one had heard about it in the country also. So that was something what we started. So that put us into a category which was not like a normal coffee sort of a thing, which was a bit up niche, a bit market wherein, hot chocolates were considered a bit of a product which is more than a coffee or a tea. So that is why it started. It was not too much of a lifestyle sort of a thing. Within years going across, within the time going across, and considering the Indian market and seeing how we have moved forward step by step, understanding with a growth plan, then is how it changed up more to a lifestyle retail cafe. Before it was just a lifestyle chocolate cafe. Then it moved up to a lifestyle retail cafe after COVID. So yeah, there have been years when we have kept on doing something different and changed across the numbers and changed across the meaning of the brand. And that is where we stand here now.
Which was your first outlet in India? Where was it?
Ahmedabad, and I'm locally from Ahmedabad. So when I moved back from Australia, we started in Ahmedabad in 2007, October.
Interesting. That's an interesting thing. Uh, Tell me, so you've scaled this up to 400 plus outlets now,
Yep.
Globally.
Globe.
But when was that time when you felt that everything is collapsing?
I just felt it only when we opened up. That was the moment for the first pre-opening, I guess. We had
First
imported
outlet.
the first outlet before even it opened. We felt, will it open or not? Because these all hot chocolates were coming from Italy and Australia. They landed up at Mumbai port, and I had also moved back from Australia after 12 years. So it was all new things for me because for studies I had gone there. Before that, I had never done business. So when these products reached the port, they felt we are just getting some drugs or whatever because they were brown and white chocolate and all. So they felt that we are getting something what is not right. And I had got this brand from Australia. Those it was from a aged couple who were running their 2-3 cafes in Australia. I was a regular customer, so I felt I'm moving back to India. My family wants me to move back because my first son was born there, and they wanted me to be back to have the luxury of grandchild and all. So that point of stage, we decided to get this here. But that couple was also they had forget about giving a franchise in their city. I was sitting there asking them for a franchise for India. So this is how it started. We got it here. So they were also not sure what declarations to be given, what to send in customs or whatever. So when it landed here, there was half of the paperwork was missing. The customs agent were not able to understand what is it. So it took nearly 3 weeks to get it cleared. The team was here. The Australian team were here. The trainers were here, but we were not getting the product. That is the point when I felt whether this will open up or not because 12 years of mine in those 3 weeks, I forgot that I was in Australia because I saw the real picture here. That what it is. And to get it cleared was a pain, a big pain. But somehow, with in an Indian way, doing up certain things, we got it cleared. And yeah, after that, there has been no looking back. So there have to be one thing that when you enter into a business, if you're not positive, if you don't have that passion inside you, it won't work at all. So whatever you are doing, wherever way you're doing, you need to go with the flow and go full throttle 100%. Otherwise, it won't work.
You mentioned the word passion. How did you realize that chocolate was your passion? Because you are in Australia.
I was in Australia, but I was a big time foodie. This is not what I have studied. I've done my PhD in ERP. So lots of people, when I go to shows, they ask me, really? So I tell them I'm not putting doctor in front of me because they might get confused that a doctor, what is he doing here? So I've just got rid of that name. I'm just using it. It's absolutely conscious brand. But these days people have started using it, but somehow I've kept it away for this particular business. So this was not my cup of tea. I was just a foodie. I love my food. I was a regular customer of this particular place. And yeah, I've had a sweet tooth. Being from Gujarat, a state, where everything is sold sweet only.
Mm.
Maybe a bit of a spice to add up with, but have had a sweet tooth. And being foodie, I used to love different types of delicacies, desserts, and all. And having tried this hot chocolate, I felt that this is something what needs to be got to India. Because when I was moving to India, I understood that what I have studied that has not yet started. I think so. ERP was not ready in India by 2007. So I thought if to move to here and stay in another city, it doesn't make any sense at all because moving here for family. So these were all reasons getting it together here and starting it up as a brand in Ahmedabad in India, which was very unique and different to what people would have expected.
Mm. All right. You are into franchising, right? You franchise a lot of your outlets to investors, franchisee investors or partners. Most of the franchisee businesses, what we were in speaking, before the shoot, they fail once they have reached a certain limit of maybe 50 outlets, 100 outlets, maybe a cap of that. But you've succeeded. You've scaled up more than that, right? If you were to give three actionable tips for any startup or any business to start a franchising business, right? What would they be from your experience?
First of all, it's a very good question because I think so it'll be helpful for people to know. Even though we are a brand, we are a successful brand, we have also had our failures. Any brand who is franchising, it's not 100% sure shot thing that all stores would do well.
Hmm.
Sometimes a franchise, what they select is not well. Sometimes the location, even though it's good, it has its loopholes, it doesn't work well. Sometimes we select a bad location. So usually in our industry, we do a recce of the location before finalizing anything. So, things can go wrong, but mostly what any company who wants to franchise, who wants to take care of this, they need to take care of certain most important things. First being, you need to make up your model first running for 1 or 2 years to make sure whether you have the numbers to sell it. If you don't have the numbers which show that your profit margins are good, you are earning more than your expenses. So that is the point you start doing franchising. So you make up your ROI sheet, you make up your profit and loss sheet, you make up your revenue sheet, and you set up your model with your distributors and suppliers. If you don't have all that in place, it becomes hushy pushy and straight away, I think so it'll fail. It won't work at all. So don't do trials or experiments.
So that's the first tip. Don't do trials and
Don't do
experiments.
trials or experiments as franchise.
Second is don't start franchising before you've proven that model works and you have a positive ROI into place.
100%.
Third tip.
See, third and the foremost important thing is if you have taken care of these two things, don't just rush into giving a franchise to anyone at all. You need to understand where they are coming from. You need to understand their background. You need to make sure whether they are going to run the show themselves or they're just going to put up staff there, or they have some sort of experience into it and guide them accordingly. So to select your investor, your franchise, that is very, very important in this business.
Got it. Very interesting. Let's go back to your initial days, right? I think you used to flip old cell phones when you were very young.
That was in my old university days in Ahmedabad.
So, we've done some research. And, and probably that was like a hustle more than a business, right? A side hustle more than a business. But probably a start of an entrepreneurship kida, if I were to look it from one
Something
sense.
like that. Yes, within the studies, you always have that kida to get some pocket money out of it. Because I always have come up from a family who have been bankers. So the whole family is who have been bank managers, who have been branch managers. I'm a first generation entrepreneur. So no one has ever been into business at all. So yeah, during those days while you are studying, you always have that feel what to do, what excites you. At that point of stage, mobile phones were something new that you felt that every second person wants a new mobile phone. So, you catch up with some people, you discuss, you talk, and then you feel you can do a bit of part-time business with this by connecting with someone. So that's how it started on. In my initial days, it went on for a year or so when I was doing my college studies and all. But yeah, that taught me basics about how to talk to people, how to interact with them, how to sell. Most important thing is
Most important.
if you sell, that means you know how to do your business. If you can't sell, you can't do much. So that is where I gained my first bench of experience from there.
What was the total amount of income that you made by selling old cell phones? Or in that
I
hustle that you
did
did?
see, no, there was income. There was substantial income because luckily, whatever I've been doing since my studies, after going to Australia along with my studies, God's grace, everything has been
Fun.
as per the plan. Everything goes beyond my expectation. So during my days also, don't remember an exact number, but I was having more than my pocket money to fund even my friends as well. So,
Oh, nice.
so I was doing good in my business. There was nothing like I had to feed up my family. I had to take care of my family because everyone was working and they're taking care of the kids and family and all. But to take care of myself and have some parties with friends and all. So that was all good during that point of stage. It was not some sort of saving or something what I was doing, just learning my way and taking the tide step by step.
Top three entrepreneurship hacks that you learned during that phase, which you still apply?
Which I still apply is you need to be very good speaker. So if you speak well, people will relate to you. If you don't speak well, you've not sold anything at all.
Mm.
Uh, Develop faith in them. So make sure that what you talk, the trust factor is developed. So the more they trust you, the more they'll oblige you by whatever you are selling a story, selling a product, selling a brand, they'll go with it. And third most important thing is go full throttle, go 100%, be positive in what you're doing, and success will come up. So that's what my mantra is. That is what
Yes. I think that's very important. Mr. Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, he also mentions that at the age of 14, 15, 13, if you want to invest in something, you must invest in public speaking. That's one course that every teenage person should take before they start their professional career, which could be either after 18 or 21. But before that, this is one thing that you must invest into, whether you invest into stocks or not, whatever anything else that you do, that is secondary. But one thing to invest in yourself is public speaking.
And that is 100% right. That is what I've always believed, rather than just speaking publicly. Because when I moved from here to Australia, also, any student that is moving to Australia is either working on a service station, either working on McDonald's or Burger King's, like that, to get their pocket money. It's quite common. You have to take care of yourself
Absolutely.
rather than burdening up your parents. But I had never done that before, and I wanted to be very clear that I don't want to do. I had sold before. I was selling mobile phones here, so I was very sure that I'll be doing marketing in Australia. Marketing was only commission based job, so you don't get any salary at all. When I went there just for a common interview, because you were allowed to work only 20 hours in a week, rest you have to study to take care of your pocket monies and all. When I went there, I spoke. Luckily, I got the job straight away. When I came back, the ones whom I was staying with, everyone told me, "Are you crazy? Why you're going there? It's a commission job. You won't make any money. If you don't sell anything, it's zero." But somehow, what I had done before, I started with that, and mostly it was not about making money. It was when you go to a different country, the accent is different. People speak in a different way. How do you understand them? Because for me, it was more of a thing that I was going to a university, and Australian accent is very fast. It's like they don't stop when they speak. So to understand that, when you go to study in university also, it takes time. So I thought better to start working here. I'll understand the accent. I'll talk to people. I'll get familiar with them, and that'll help. So I started a marketing job there as well. And as I told, like I did in India, I think so. In 3 months, I was promoted as the a brand manager, then a marketing manager, and in 20 hours, I used to earn like what a 60-hour guy was not even earning. So, but it's all within you, I guess. If you believe that you can do it, and if you are a good speaker and can listen to them and can relate to their talk, then nothing can stop you.
Very interesting. If someone is to give you, 1,000 crores right now, would you double down on cafe business that you are having, the lifestyle cafe or lifestyle retail business, or you would build something completely different?
I wouldn't move from my brand right now because we are not at a number where we have achieved everything. But we would diversify more into manufacturing we can add up manufacturing plants of chocolates, adding up range of products, getting into confectionery. We are big time into bakery, so setting up huge bakery things. Our plans are to go frozen, like out of India. these days everything is frozen to cut the shelf life. What is a big letdown for all the players in food industry, because shelf life
It's very
of
not
fresh
yeah.
products is very less. So we want to go into that technology wherein we take away our bakery also into that line, which we can send across from here to around the world. Not for India. India will be focusing more on giving away fresh bakery food and all. But yeah, when you ask me this question, I wouldn't be moving around from my business. There's too many things more to be done
Hmm.
within the business only.
Okay, got it. Like what you also mentioned before the shoot that you want to get into modern trade and
That
have multiple
again, that
SKUs.
doesn't require 1000 crores or that much of investment, but that is one set of vertical getting into modern trade, getting into supermarkets, because we have 150 plus SKUs. As in our starting talk, what I said, we are a lifestyle retail brand now, no more just a lifestyle cafe, a lifestyle retail brand. I'll give you a bit of a brief definition of that. Why lifestyle? Lifestyle is because we are the one who are selling our aprons, our t-shirts, our candles and all. These are more into lifestyle category. When I say retail, retail means we have 20% of the space allocated in our cafes just for selling our range of truffles, pralines, bars, granolas, bombs, our hot chocolate powders, our coffee beans, our teas, our everything and anything that you name of. Recently we have launched kombuchas, we were just talking about. So we keep on increasing our range because we are big time into gifting, into hampers and gifting. So uh, most of the stores, if they do well, they'll do their break evens just by selling the merchandise and gifting items. So yeah, opening up retail stores, I will use most of the funds in opening up those retail stores, setting up infrastructure to go towards modern trade, and setting up a manufacturing unit to extend the range of products and go big time and exporting as well. So that will be the plan. That will where the funds will be used, and side by side the cafes will keep on coming, because this is not a number which makes us that we have done really good. The number is if you go around 2000 plus or somewhere where you feel that you've really done as per the Indian population. So there's no stopping off as
2000 crores, you mean?
2000 plus stores.
2000 plus stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crores
Then eventually stores cost. So eventually the crores would be. Yeah. Okay. Very well. Um, did your success metrics change when you had started back, long time back, and now is it something different? Like, how do you see yourself when you started in 2007 versus 2025?
See, 2007, as I told again in my initial talk, that was more of a cafe thing what we started. That was our first venture. So, what we thought that what has been given to us, we were giving to the customers. But slowly, slowly, every year, customers kept on coming. Customers kept on telling us, you're just selling sweet. You don't have any savories. You're not here just for sweet at all. So, people told that we are going to eat somewhere after that. We don't have too much time just to come for desserts. So, the mindsets, kept on changing, customer suggestions kept on coming, so we kept on changing our products. Our success ratio at that point of stage was just a dessert cafe. Then we moved on to a complete cafe which served desserts and savories as well. Slowly later stage, whatever we were selling, then we moved on to bakery. Initially bakery was not that sort of a thing. We were just outsourcing our bakery products, but we understood the market. We thought that now we are growing, so why to we should cut down all the outsourcing parts and start doing everything as per our own quality. So we started doing our bakery stuff. So we have a model which is a bakery cafe wherein you just have coffees and cakes. So that does very well in the small cities I was talking about. So these success mantras, these models keep on changing slowly, slowly once you understand the industry, once you understand the mentality, because people these days are moving back to India, traveling too much outside. So they want to see all those things what they've seen
Outside.
outside. They want to replicate all in India as well. So you keep on doing all those changes. You keep on changing your brand. You don't change the essence of the brand, but you keep on adding products. You keep on being versatile by giving them something what is not expected, what they had not imagined that this particular thing will be available in our city as well. So yeah, age by age, year by year, we keep on doing products which are required by the people, and the success derives on that only. Some products work, some don't work, but what we were in 2007 to what we are right now is a complete different thing, because it's not just a normal a two-pager small cafe which used to do everything. So customers told us, explained us with their feedback and with our gaining of experience slowly of the industry. Now it's absolutely different. And we believe if we go on these lines and keep on learning, success will follow us. So it just keeps on changing. Our mantra is like follow the trend, follow what is happening in the
What
market.
metrics do you follow today to see whether this store is successful, this store is not successful?
See, we have a
Like key
very
proper metrics.
we have a very strong point of sale system.
Okay.
We have our own analytics. We day to day we check our top 10 selling products. So we do understand that in every city, India is such a big and cosmopolitan. Like there are different sorts of religions and people around. The taste buds are different. So what we do is whenever we launch in any city, the same menu is there, but 10 to 15% menu is tweaked in dessert or in food to match their taste buds. So that is what we do always. And that is what we have succeeded in. We don't want to be just giving away stubbornly only one thing what we have. Because chocolate is what? Chocolate is celebration. Like when you go to a jewelry shop, you enjoy.
Hmm.
Chocolate is such sort of a thing that if it comes on the table decorated, no one understands a bit of taste. It's sweet, so they enjoy the moment, they celebrate it together. So it needs to be presented in the right way. So again, that's what it is. That is what we do. We keep on changing our trends as per city. We keep on following what works in the city, what doesn't work, and we are quite wide open to do the changes if required to make sure that that particular model works. So we work on a game changing sort of a thing wherein we believe that we are not like say someone's who has written this and this should be only done. So we are adaptive and we make sure that wherever change is required, do the change as per the environment, as per the city, and plan it up properly. Similarly, goes out of India. You can't launch what is running in India out of India, it will be successful. You got to go, you got to do your research, you got to understand your brand, you got to understand what the people want there. And then accordingly, you set up the base there. So
Can
from
you
that, you learn.
can you give an example? So in your case, right? What has happened? Like which product have you changed or tweaked to adjust to the consumer preference or a taste, either in a different country or different city in India?
It happens a lot in India as well because what happens is when you talk about Gujarat, uh, in Gujarat people have a sweet tooth, so dark chocolate doesn't sell too much there. So if I say out of percentage of 100, 95 will be the normal milk chocolate or a classic chocolate. 5% will be dark. When you go to, say, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, it goes on to 50-50%, maybe towards south side, a 70-30%.
Wow.
Because people have that taste of dark coffees, so they want that dark chocolate. And these days, awareness of dark chocolate has increased a lot.
Hmm.
But still, when you say in our part of the world in Gujarat, even though the awareness has increased, still they would want it a
Hmm.
bit sweet. So we do change.
So you change the menu
chocolate.
or the
Not the menu. We change the offerings a bit. The chocolate that we use, it goes towards the semi-sweet place wherein it becomes moderate, not dark, not sweet. At some places, it goes with the milk chocolate where people just want sweet. They feel chocolate is sweet. That's all. So that is what we do. We play around big time with our food because Indian food palette is so big that if you go in north or in south, sometimes people eat spicy food. Even though it's we don't serve Indian food in our menu, but we have our sandwiches, we have our crepes, we have our pastas and pizzas and all what we serve in our restaurant models. So those particular products need to have bit of your taste buds accordingly to your city. It changes as per that. Wherein again, when you go towards South India, your coffee taste needs to be like the filter line. It needs to be dark roast. If you go towards other cities, it has to be medium roast. So, as a brand, I think so. Not only us, maybe lots of players, lots of big players are doing the same thing. You do all that, but you introduce one, two flavors to tweak around as per the local taste, but don't touch your generic product to make sure that your standardization stays of the brand. But you got to keep on changing. That is what it requires. And when you go to out of India, it's absolutely different. You got to change up you have your
Give some example what you did outside India.
see. Recently we opened
In
up.
a new country.
Recently we opened up in. I'll give you two examples. We
Hmm.
opened up in the last one that we opened up was in Canada.
Okay.
Canada, where it opened up in a place which is all Indian community. So it was not at a place because every second Indian is migrating to Canada. So they opened up in their community wherein everyone knows what chocolate room is all about because chocolate room is like everyone has been to a chocolate room.
Yeah, in India they would have been.
So they feel that yeah, chocolate room has opened up, so we want to open up in that Indian community. So wherein we open there, but there they told we want an exact replica of what India serves.
Oh,
Now, which is impossible, but still, because in the nearest vicinity of 5 kilometers, you wouldn't find a local. So we opened up with an Indian model, whatever the Indian menu was, 100% vegetarian in Canada because that particular lot is more of what do you say, Jains and Gujaratis and all that, that part of Canada. But it is doing very well, so we didn't have to do too many changes at that part. Coming to Kenya, what we opened up before a year and a half. If we opened up there, that particular place where we liked the location. Now, if I open in Kenya, no one would imagine I'll open up a vegan cafe because everything starts with a meat there. So with food, and there the culture was such that you need to open up, like say, open air cafes.
okay.
The weather there is such that the highest temperature is around 25 to 28 and the lowest goes like crazy. So there are no fans, there are no closed doors, it's all open doors, and closed doors also you have open windows. So practically it's like all open. So you need to adjust according to that. Where we picked up our location because we wanted to open up in open grounds where there's huge landscaping and all because people there live with nature. It needs to be amongst trees and all. So we opened up like that. But that particular compound, again, Kenya is a place which is 60% strong, all by Indians, all Indians. So that particular place had a restriction that if we open, it needs to be vegan. We thought, how will this work at all? Now we had loved the place. We didn't wanted to miss out the place. But in next door to us, there was a German vegan cafe as well. So there were locals coming also for vegan. Not the Africans because they want their meats with the food and all. But there was huge Indian community. So we opened up there, but we changed our concept. We launched vegan menu, not just vegetarian, vegan menu, because we opened up where there were lots of expats, there are lots of because uh, what do you say, UI agencies are there, United Nation agencies are there. So lots of people who are looking for gluten free and vegan food. So we understood the gluten free market, that how to put up that gluten free menu. Chocolates in India, what we sell are a mix of compound chocolates and couverture chocolates. Difference of compound and couverture is compound is a chocolate which is not a pure chocolate, it is a mixed chocolate. It is usually for those cities, as you told, in a tier 3 or tier 4 that is used. When we talk about pure chocolates is 100% pure chocolate. So when we opened up towards Kenya, it was more towards will go any part of out of India will go with pure chocolate only. So that was the change. We changed the design, we changed the out structure, we launched vegan and gluten free menus, and that was a place where avocado grows. So the whole menu was surrounding avocado chocolate smoothie, and avocado gluten free toast, avocados into practically a dessert or a food, everything. So that's what we did, So when you go to that country, you do a 6 months research, you plan, and then you open to be successful. And I can say, I can vouch for it, that store is doing absolutely well. And in future, we'll be expanding there as well.
Interesting. Interesting. So when you spoke about this consumer taste preferences, right? When we were also doing a research, like we were trying to find out some reviews about the brand. So we'd like to bring one of them on the screen and just get your perspective on it. What does the user mean by it? So what do you think does this mean? I mean, this is from
This means it says there is
no marshmallow.
Now, the problem with marshmallow is marshmallow contains gelatin. So in India, in some places, we are very clear that we wouldn't use marshmallow unless and until at those stores where non-vegetarian food is available, where we can sell marshmallows there, Vegan marshmallows have just started and we have just launched it. So I guess we'll be getting rid of these messages slowly. We have launched it in our brand as well, tying up with a particular manufacturer.
Acha, marshmallow in your brand itself.
Marshmallows will be sold at our stores as well. And for a raw material also, those marshmallows.
In the hot chocolate.
And again, I was talking about, the expectation of a customer when you go out of India. A normal hot chocolate also is served with marshmallow. But we never mention in our description that there is marshmallow. But there is expectation, and you are not bound to make sure that every customer is satisfied in this industry. Because of more people traveling, more customers traveling,
The experiences.
the
Yeah.
experiences go ahead. But in our menu, it's not written that we serve with marshmallows. We have a marshmallow hot chocolate if you order.
Okay.
That is not ordered, we can't do much at all.
But now it is going to come.
Not in every hot chocolate. You got to order, you got to add on extra. And even though this is an online order, there is an option available if you want to add. So if they don't add, we don't blame ourselves. But they expected, but you can't expect the same thing what you get around. India is a different country. So we serve our hot chocolates and marshmallow is an separate ingredient.
It's a separate add-on. It's a separate add-on which you need to tell the waiter or someone. Got it. No, interesting. Innovation is very important in F&B, right? How do you approach innovation in your business?
It's the key to any successful business. So I personally believe you should keep on innovating. You should keep on adding to your menu. You should understand the industry and the weather trends. Like say we are sitting right now in April. It's summer. You should know that the sale of hot chocolate will go down in summer because people prefer cold chocolates. People prefer light beverages, fruit juices, like say, fresh fruit juices, fresh mocktails. Season wise, you gotta keep on changing. The one that I'm having it for the first time. It's I guess no filter, and I tried it. It says it's 100% juice, and it's really nice. So the taste is nice, and I think so highly recommendable. So something like that. That is what people want. So you gotta adopt. You gotta change as per season. Not only that, you gotta make the trend. Now I'll give you a live example with chocolate. What is happening? Before 6 months, there was a wave of Dubai chocolate. Left and right, everybody is talking to Dubai chocolate, Dubai chocolate.
They used to bring
And this is not going to stop very soon. It's going to go on and on. So recently, understanding the trend, we used to keep some Dubai chocolates because making Dubai chocolate is not easy. You got to have those ingredients, you got to set up, you got to make up your packing, you got to do your designing. Now, after 6 months, after doing all that, we have done that and we'll be launching next month our Dubai chocolate as well. So this is one part of innovation that you go with the trend. What industry wants, what flavors are running. So that is what we do. We keep on changing our menu. We keep on innovating new beverages. The need of the hour are doing something. I think so. Our latest launch was a Japanese dessert is making waves around the world called Shibuya toast.
Okay.
Now that is what we have just launched recently. It's a dessert. Once it comes on the table, I think so it will be the most Instagrammable. Only some
Have launched this?
just launched. Only some cafes have launched it. Mostly all the cafes will be launching it soon because it's a procedure. A milk bread is required. It's completely a different thing. Japan is a country where milk bread, every corner there is milk bread, but India you need to specifically have it. So yeah, we have developed that. So again, an innovation. What we felt that people would be wanting this because it's a worldwide rage now. So that is what we do. We keep on understanding the trends, understanding the perspectives, and keep on doing innovations, whether not only just by implementing a new menu, changing the presentation of the product, because that's what it's a very competitive market now. So customers also want that rather than getting the same thing always, do it in a different way. So our innovation is our crockery, our way of presentation of our products. That is anyways unique. No other brands are doing that. But by changing the menu regularly and getting the trendy things into it, that's the need of the hour, and you got to keep doing that.
Some innovations would have failed also, I'm sure.
50% fail. It's not some. Let's be very honest. No one is a guru. No one is a master that you launch. You got to just wipe it off from the menu. You try, you see. As I told in my initial talk when you asked that we are very strong in analytics. So we make sure when we launch something, what is working, what is not working. If it doesn't work, After the season, it's just gone and it doesn't. If something works very well, after 3 months, there is another 3 months to see how it goes, then it gets into the menu. That's what it is. So analytically, we keep on checking our trends, our top 10 products, what are selling, our new launches, and then we keep on doing. But 50% of the products will fail because you can't match up every customer's taste. And sometimes your team thinks this will work, you like, but if the customer doesn't like, so that's okay. It might not be get a bad review, but it might not get a great review.
Great review.
But yeah, it is something what I
And that repeat purchases would not have happened.
the repeat percentage needs to be checked. Yeah.
I think that is very important
Yeah.
metric.
Your loyalty of the product, the customer that comes in. Like, when I entered in, some of you told that you've had a chocolate brownie. I think so 99.9% of customers, wherever I go, they say they've had a chocolate brownie at the chocolate room, because 2007 when we started, we were the only one who was serving chocolate brownie then. So somehow it has become a craze, even though it
has become mainstay.
It is
Sure.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't say we have a signature product, but people started with that. So there is a loyalty, so they relate to it. So some products wouldn't work, so you got to get rid of that. That's all. But everything won't work.
Okay. You import raw material from I think Belgium and Italy,
Yeah.
right? And then you keep changing your menu again and again as per the customer's preferences, taste, and as per the seasonal changes also, as you mentioned, right? What are the typical challenges that you face? Any top 3 challenges that you faced in this kind of a model?
See, products that we get from Belgium and Italy is strictly related to chocolate, mixes, anything that is related to beverages only. That's all. Beverages or chocolates. Nothing else comes from Belgium and Italy.
Correct.
Because that is what it specializes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So sometimes new flavors of hot chocolates are coming. Seasonal wise hot chocolate flavors are coming. Some things work, some things don't work. I'll give you an example. We had a chili hot chocolate. We thought it'll really work in India. It worked for a couple of years. It slowed down. So we thought time is to get it off the menu and then get some new things. We have a Toroncino hot chocolate, which people don't even know what is Toroncino.
Yeah.
It's a nougat, honey, and almond mix. So, yeah, something what we thought won't work runs the most. So, like that, new flavors of hot chocolate, new products, you got to keep on getting, you got to keep on implementing. That is what we keep on doing, playing around with the menu, doing changes. And as I told, after COVID, now these all flavors are available in retail for the customers to pick up and make it at their home as well, with instructions at the back how to make your hot chocolate. So that is getting the acceptance level a bit more, because people usually used to get only those drinking chocolates and any cacao powders for making hot chocolate. So, now with those ingredients, those products, the sales are increasing, the acceptability is increasing. So for these two products, we only cater to confectionery and chocolates market. But whatever local changes that we do in the menu, again, same thing as you asked, some things work, some things don't work, but we got to keep on changing them. Sometimes you don't get ingredients because tier 3 and tier 4 cities are such that you wouldn't get a super stockist or a distributor who stocks up everything, who keeps what we want. But then what we have done is we by ourselves have made our godown, our warehouse as a super stockist. So not only our chocolates, our mocktail syrups, our premixes of pancakes, our premixes of waffles, our premixes of shakes, our premixes of certain food available, everything to every crockery we are supplying now. So 90% of the product to every franchise we are supplying. We have learned this through the experience that sometimes the taste buds change, sometimes they are not getting their product, so they compromise and get something else. So there were certain complaints coming into the market.
Correct.
So we changed up all that. Now we are stacking up everything and we are supplying everything on our own way.
Through
That
the
is what we
central
are
kitchen.
doing. Yeah. So that's what we are doing. Through the central kitchen, we supply. So the taste stays, and only 10%, like your milk, your vegetables, and your cream, that is what you need to get from outside. That's all. So we have gone through all those challenges, and now we have come up to that stage wherein we are eliminating all those. But again, it's a business. Every day is a new challenge. So something new will keep on coming and we'll find out a solution for it.
Interesting. I want to know about little bit more about your competition also, right? There are of course so many cafe chains that are there, right? And which are successfully running, from Starbucks to Blue Tokai, and you might call them coffee chains, etc. Also, but of course they have their desserts and they have their bakery products,
Agreed.
etc. Also, um, how does the chocolate room position itself vis-a-vis any other lifestyle retailer, lifestyle cafe brand, so to say?
See, you mentioned two interesting names: Starbucks, Blue Tokais, Tim Hortons has just entered the
Hmm.
market. These are mostly players into company-owned stores.
Hmm.
So sky is the limit for them.
Hmm.
They don't rely on any franchise to come. They are owned by big players of the country. They've entered into the market with a joint venture with a big
Hmm.
player. So they have set targets. Like say in couple of years, Starbucks has gone uh, crossed 400 already.
Correct.
So we took years to get to there. So Tim Hortons has just started, but they are also growing everywhere. Blue Tokai is a brand from India, which I believe, which is doing better than all these two brands because that is really a coffee. To me, that is an experience what they have done, getting that Indian chain to the next level. But again, that is more a company owned model wherein they are opening up their own stores and doing all that. Of course, there is competition because when you open up on street or on a mall, if you have these stores, you'll be having it in the next 500 meters for sure.
Hmm.
Because there are common pockets where all cafes or restaurants want to be there. Or not all locations don't have.
I'll talk about Ghatkopar only in East. So just opposite the chocolate room, there is the chocolate. What's the name? The chocolate.
But again, I say there will be the chocolate sort of things, but there will be those players who have just copied and opened up something who doesn't work. So we don't count them as competition.
Hmm.
Because when we started something, there were followers. People wanted to copy, people copied, people created a brand, it faltered. 80% of them didn't work, and some 5 or 10% what are working, they are only working in Maharashtra or South, they are not working at all, and that also limited to that region in particular.
Those are unorganized.
So
They are unorganized. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
One of cafes.
Side and check it out, but you can't compare them to a Starbucks, Tim
Mhm.
Hortons, or a Blue Tokai. Those are organized players, organized chains.
Yeah.
Starbucks and Tim Hortons, you can't even talk about it because when we opened up in Canada, you've just seen Tim Hortons has 8,000 stores.
What?
So imagine a local Canadian's heartbeat is Tim Hortons. So they, even though they have coffee at their home, but they'll have a Tim Hortons coffee every day. So they have touched the nerve of the customer by telling the most affordable coffee chain of the country. Starbucks is expensive, but in Canada, Starbucks comes after that. So it's the brand loyalty, I believe. Competition will always be there, but you need to stabilize, you need to put up your brand in such a way wherein there will be customers for your brand as well. And as you told, we are a chocolate cafe, we are a bakery cafe or a retail cafe. We are not a Starbucks, we are not a Tim Horton. We respect those brands, we learn from them, but we are different. Now, they also have bakery, but we have live bakery. So they don't give you birthday cakes. They don't give you, you don't expect a kitty party or a birthday party happening at a Starbucks or Tim Horton. Chocolate room 365 days. I repeat, 365 days there is a birthday party or a kitty party happening.
Yeah, I've seen
Because
that.
our clientele range is from 4-year-old to an 80-year-old. For cafes of other brands, it's youngsters to mid oldies. So it's around
Working
50 to
professionals.
50.
Working
That's
professionals. Yeah.
ours. Why I say 80? Because we have certain stores in India where there are kitty parties happening of adults, sugar-free kitty parties. So they have those sugar-free chocolates, dark hot chocolates for the cravings and all. So we cater to a huge audience because a kid would want their we are tied up to lots of schools.
Okay.
So every school would want their kid to try sometimes because we do lots of promotions. Now, once the kid has had it there, they would want their parents to take them to the chocolate room. So that's why our range of acceptance is big, but we are not a big player like them, but getting towards them, learning with them, but we appreciate the competition and learn from there. And we are happy that the competition keeps on increasing because otherwise we'll have that feel in mind that we are superior and there is no one around. Of course, I can still vouch and say that our sort of hot chocolate is not available in the country, but I wouldn't say that our coffee is the coffee to go. So, there is coffee, but there are coffee players as well. But you should accept the competition and go with the flow.
Okay, makes sense. We'll come to the last question, last section, which is a very fun quiz that we want to, play with you. And this is going to be quick, rapid fire questions to test your knowledge on chocolate industry, right? You are the chocolate man, so I want I'm expecting all the 4 questions to be right from you.
Let's try.
Yeah. So, first question: which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
See, these are all the survey numbers. I am not a avid reader to give you all right answers, but I believe chocolate has started from Italy or Belgium, so it needs to be either of them. I can't say one, but say I wouldn't be right.
You are right in saying that you're not right.
Yes.
It is Switzerland.
So see, it's basically Swiss, but I believe the consumption and raw material that happens from there. Swiss is the name that comes for chocolate, but leaving those 1, 2 brands,
Hmm.
they're not other. But again, the census is right, so
Yeah.
I won't comment.
So it was like which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? So that's Switzerland. Second question: which country is the largest producer of cocoa beans in the world?
Again, these are multiple varied countries. It can be Africa or South America, so it depends upon what we use. But I believe South America is
Ivory
the
Coast.
place. So Ivory Coast is Africa.
Yeah, Ivory Coast. Third question: which famous chocolate brand was originally created for soldiers during World War II?
I wouldn't have a play at all. I focus on selling my brand rather than World War II. I was not available at that point of stage. So give me an answer. I'll honorably accept it.
M&M.
That's a nice thing to know.
Uh, how many cocoa beans does it take to make one standard chocolate bar?
We are not making through cacao beans. We are making through
No, just in general. This is just a GK.
this one also. No idea.
This all goes to my team. They made me do this, and we don't have answers to anything.
See, these are generic questions, but these are good questions. But again,
I think you should be.
something we should be. But I believe the first 2, 3 questions were more about M&Ms and all. We are not entered into retail markets. We have not focused what particular products
Yeah, of
as well
course.
towards World War II. And so going with the trend, understanding from where we started are the points what we focus on. But good learnings. I'll keep that in mind.
So that answer is 50. So that brings to the end of this episode. I think it was wonderful to get so much insights about this industry, about the chocolate industry. We just came to know quite a few things while reading about you and about this industry. But with this conversation, I think it's going to help a lot of people who want to enter F&B space, who want to enter into franchisee businesses also, who want to take franchisees from someone. It will help a lot of these kind of viewers with the knowledge that you imparted, bearing the last section.
They should know that as well.
They should
So, in my all conversation, I believe I've told there's nothing to be hidden. So, facts should come out, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, these things were learnings. That's all.
No, we just try to make it more interesting. And no, but all in all, I think very good conversation, very good learnings. Lot to know about the entrepreneurship, mindset and how one must perceive entrepreneurship also from you because you've been into this for the last 15 years. Thanks a lot, Vikas, for coming on Level Up. I think we had a very good time. The team was really excited to do this with you because many of them have stories with chocolate room so especially this guy but we
Maybe after the bike, to listen to the Satan.
after the show goes off maybe he can share but yeah, so I think it is a consumer brand. I think everyone has their stories because you've got 400 plus outlets.
We have had it.
Yeah.
Wherever I've gone, I've listened to people being proposing to their girlfriend, giving away rings in our desserts, doing all those stories that I listen in the shows that I go. Someone comes after the show and shakes hand and tells me, "Thank you, sir, for giving this." And so I feel obliged. That is what you've done this for the customers, for them to know. And we never knew that we are doing something wherein customers would get so involved into it. But yeah, I think so. A brand succeeds only with the loyalty of the customers. So I have listened to lots of stories, and
But his story you will not feel obliged.
so
This will be a very contrarian story to whatever you heard.
it'll be an unplugged version. So
Unplugged
version, I'm sure.
After he takes you through all his marketing questions, I think then he'll share his story. All right, but thanks a lot, Vikas. Pleasure having you.